and also Harry, who is Emily's boyfriend, and they wanted to surprise Janice with the garden.
So ever since March 2020, when the whole pandemic began, Janice was kind enough to let me move into her house with Emily, so I wasn't living on my own in London. She's also been working really hard as a GP throughout the whole pandemic, so I thought now things might be getting back to normal, I might try and give her something back for being so kind throughout the whole thing to me.
What a lovely thing to do.
Throughout lockdown, a lot of the time, I finished work at the end of the day, so I was working from here, and she'd get back and it'd be really nice outside, but it's not the nicest space in the world. And rather than sitting out here, she'd go in and watch the garden rescue, basically, because she's always wanted to have her garden done.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good to hear that Janice likes the programme.
I don't like anything about the garden. I can't think of a single thing that I like.
Let's take a look at Janice's garden.
Here's Jan's current garden. We've got some nice plant pots.
I think nice is an over.
Yeah.
It's a new build, so not much going on. Lovely curved wall.
This is the main little patch of grass. Got a bench over here, another entrance gate.
There's 2 gateways, so that's good now.
Down to this is where we keep the bins. It's not a very nice look.
All just looks very neat, tidy and a bit bland.
I'm dying to see the video of them surprising her because she had no idea. Here goes. Oh.
Hey guys! Hey. What are you doing?
I think we've just got a little surprise for you. You just come into the kitchen.
I love a good secret. This is going to be brilliant.
We've got a little surprise for you. So for all your hard work and letting me stay here during lockdown, do you know your favourite show, Garden Rescue?
Oh, she's a great fan of the show.
We've applied for you to be on this show.
You are joking.
No, we're not joking. Not joking.
Really?
Yeah. So now we've got to film a video of the garden. Let's go.
OK, Janice, show me what you want from the garden.
Would be nice, perhaps, to get a better, nicer patio.
It's a bit small and not very exciting colour-wise.
Nice to get the garden re-turfed because the grass has never been good.
OK, so it's that classic new build turf that's just been laid on top of rubble. No wonder it looks so lacklustre.
It would be nice to maybe get a bit of
Privacy.
yeah. As you can see, I'm overlooked by some of the other houses.
Yeah, there's just nowhere to sit in the garden. It's really exposed and there's no privacy.
Be
Somewhere
nice.
we can sit together, I think, because we never sit outside.
Perhaps somewhere to have a fire pit, maybe, might be
A nice fire pit, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's, doable.
My mum in particular really likes wildlife, that's something she's always liked. And with this being a new build, we don't particularly get a lot of wildlife, especially there isn't really much plants in the garden.
It'd be great to plant up the garden so that it really encourages wildlife. It gives you different textures and heights.
And have a little oasis of tranquility where I could sit after a stressful day. A water feature might be nice too.
Oh, wants a water feature? Oh, yes, that's good.
And why not? What better way just to soothe away after a busy day in work?
Come and make my bit of grass into a garden.
So the budget's £3,500, which isn't too bad because the garden isn't huge.
We're going to have to be careful how we lay this one out. Because it's only small, we've got to be really considered with those proportions.
So it's going to be a garden for relaxation, privacy, and the birds, and not much in the way of maintenance. Oh.
Thanks for listening, Garden Rescue.
Please come rescue our garden!
Whilst Charlie, Lee and their trusty team of landscapers provide the labour for free. Back in Nottingham, Janice, Emily and Harry have been sent the designer's pictures.
Here we go, here's my design. Janice, what a fantastic surprise. Harry, Emily, you pulled a corker there. Now this is my design, so I've created sort of seating areas that are either very tranquil in the sunshine or shown up here.
That looks nice.
Hi Janice, I created a design that will give you loads of privacy whilst also increasing wildlife. You also wanted to help bring some tranquility, and the entire design is built around a herbaceous planting scheme.
Wow, that is so different than Charlie's.
It is, isn't it?
Both designers have listened carefully to Janice's brief, but their designs are poles apart. So how have they dealt with the request for seating and entertaining spaces?
So I've given you a brand new patio with this swirl of cobbles with a fire bowl on it. Key area is down the bottom here. This is a lovely, tranquil space.
I think she's got that spot on.
Patio made with brick, old brick, so it's a very soft colour in a basket weave pattern. And then we've got another swirl of cobbles with a water feature.
Oh, water. Oh, wow.
Water feature.
So the first area of the garden is this private seating area at the back.
That's
Oh,
nice.
that's nice.
It's a mix of both brutal materials like slate, grey stone, but also really soft herbaceous planting. You'll also be able to sit out at night because I've included a hexagonal fire pit.
Wow.
I've designed these hexagonal gabion sculptures that are going to erupt out from the ground.
That's a good thing, right?
So I've taken the theme of the gabions and created a custom water feature out of the same materials, giving you this really tranquil sound of the water splashing back down into this pebble pond beneath it.
And a
Yeah.
fancy water feature as well.
Yeah. So you can sit there amongst
Amongst the
fire
birds.
and water.
Both designers have included seating areas, but Charlie is going for the softer approach, whilst Lee's adding a contemporary twist with the bold stone gabions. So how are they tackling the privacy issue?
I know you don't want trees that get too big, but I've got this lovely Swedish birch down the bottom here. And to make it even more enclosed and private, I've got these screens that just go round. They're see-through screens, metal, quite fun, and I'm just going to have a few climbers going up them.
It's going to be quite private.
The 2 fruit trees that I've included in the garden will help bring some privacy because they're going to raise the height. They're going to draw your eye away from the boundaries and into the garden. It's going to really give you that feeling of being nested and protected.
Lovely.
Both designs are enveloping Janice's garden with trees, but Charlie's also adding screens, creating that much-needed privacy. So what's their plan for the planting and to attract wildlife into the space?
So I've given you a lovely sweep of lawn because I'm loving your curved wool. So it's picking up that sort of shape. And then I've got planting all the way round. And this planting, I'm going for mainly shrubs, but then dotted through with perennials like echinacea and anemones that basically look after themselves.
The plants she's chosen are lovely.
On the walls, I thought some nice rambling roses. One great for the wildlife, covers the walls up, but also you get the berries which the birds love.
Hopefully the birds actually come this time.
So I've also included a small area of lawn,
Yeah.
all surrounded by this beautiful coastal planting scheme with coppers, blues and some yellows in there. So I know wildlife's really important, and the planting plan that connects this entire garden is all based on pollen-rich herbaceous perennials that will help take you through the seasons of the garden.
So you'll definitely get that wildlife that you
Yeah.
wanted.
So come on, Janice, now it's your turn to surprise me.
Thank you, Lee.
With that, the pitches are over.
I hope you love it.
You've got a lot to think about, haven't you?
Lots to think about.
Shall we go and have a bit of a chat then?
Yeah, I
Sounds
think
good.
so.
Janice must now decide which of the designs meets her needs. Will she choose Charlie's traditional garden with 2 seating areas and privacy screens, or Lee's more contemporary wildlife-friendly space?
All right, let's have a look then. I really like this circular seating area,
Yeah.
which is where the
Yeah,
sun...
and these like metal sheets for
Get the
privacy are
sun.
really good as well, I think.
Yeah,
My favourite bit is the shape of the lawn. Like, I think
Yeah.
it just brings nicely into the seating area, so it
Yeah.
almost like invites you in.
yeah.
And Lee's obviously
Yeah.
got like the nice big seating area right at the back, like with
Yeah.
the
I
nice
like the way
big
he's-
fire pit as well.
You know, in Charlie's put the fire pit nearer the house, whereas, as I say, that bit, you know, in the evening
don't
doesn't get so
sit,
much
yeah.
sun, whereas Lee's put it here where you get the most sun, so
Yeah.
it would, you know, you'd probably be more likely
Yeah.
to sit out there in
Yeah.
the evening, perhaps, and get use of the fire pit.
With Lee's, you've got 2 big trees which are giving you the privacy, whereas in Charlie's, the privacy is coming from these screens. So
Yeah.
that's the big difference.
Yeah. Okay, so I think really we've got two very contrasting gardens. Charlie's is much more traditional, whereas Lee's is much more modern, and so I think we've got a lot to think about, haven't
I think
we?
we need to go away and have a bit of a think.
Yeah, right.
But only one of these quite different designs can win.
Right, it's the moment of truth, guys, I think. We've done a lot of thinking and considering both designs, which we thought both designs were excellent. They'd both got really strong features in both of them, so it was a really tough decision. We've decided to go with Charlie's! And I think that's because I felt overall Charlie had really thought about me when she did the design. I think she just got it down to a T, really, what would be important to me.
It's a fantastic result for Charlie.
Now, unlike Janice, I don't like surprises, but I have to say I like this surprise because I really thought you were going to win this one.
Well, never underestimate the power of the dimmer.
Yeah, well, but our designs were very different.
Very different. I mean, yours is much softer and probably more relaxed. I think I went a little bit too brutal.
Well, hopefully when it comes to building the garden, I won't have to be too brutal with the landscape team.
Let's see.
It's the day of the build in Nottingham. And the landscaping team, under Ben's leadership, are raring to go.
Here we go.
What have we got?
A lot going on in the garden. Paving, got some granite sets going in with the water feature. Let's divvy out the jobs then. Andy, James, let's get you on the paving.
Yeah.
Lee, Paul, and myself. We got the screens to sort out, but the first thing we need to do, let's get this turf up and all the paving, blank canvas, and then we start setting out.
And so begins the laborious task of clearing the garden. As the paving slabs come up, Andy notices something useful he'd rather not discard.
You can recycle the sharp sand.
I like that idea.
Because I've got to do this brick pattern for Charlie on the circle.
Have a look over there.
Yeah.
Like that.
Good.
Keep it in the garden.
And as the sand is carefully raked up, the turf cutter is put into action. With its work done, the lawn can be rolled up and removed. And as Andy starts to lay the new Candler grey pavers that cost over £500, Ben's focus is on the seating area with its water feature.
Right, Charlie wanted a lovely little reservoir, but unfortunately we got this one. That's a pretty big hole.
I
This back
reckon,
wall.
yeah, back towards the wall.
Where's that screen going?
Going round about where you are now.
Yep.
And then there'll be one corner opposite there.
Yep.
With the seating area planned, out front, Lee starts making the support frames for the 4 pattern screens that cost £380. These will provide privacy for Janice's seating area.
At the minute, I'm just in the process of writing out for the composite screens that we've got. So rather than planting timber on the outside of this post, I thought if we write it out to 6mm, and then we can just slide the screens in place.
Whilst Lee cuts a narrow groove into the wood for the screen to sit in, the patio and reservoir are now marked out, so it's time to reach for the spades.
Is that your shovel you're looking for?
And the heavy clay soil is up in no time. And as Lee finishes the frame, the first screen of the 4 is done. The new patio is almost finished, and Ben's ready to shift Andy's focus to the seating area.
Now, we've dug down and brought in some sculpins, compacted the ground, ready for the granite cobbles to create the beautiful circle edge.
With no time to lose, Andy makes a start laying the granite sets that cost £50.
So there's my concrete footing. I'm just making my way around with these cobbles. And also what I've done, the peg in the middle I've set up to exactly the same height I want. And it's really easy just to keep going around with your spirit level, tapping them down. And also I've got this little stick
on my pin. So you can't really go wrong.
Which is just as well, as Charlie and Lee are about to arrive.
Well, look. What do they say? The sun shines on the righteous. Right then, are you ready?
I know it's exciting this one.
It is. Now, Janice is a very busy GP, so thought we might get a few medicinal plants in there.
Nice.
So, how fit are you feeling?
5 out of 10.
Right, because there's quite a lot of things to do. A log store.
How much creative license do I have?
A whole lot.
Ooh, okay.
Just go mad. I'm on bricks and water feature.
Sounds like lots of landscaping this, Charlie.
Yeah, and I am slightly concerned. The garden seems to have shrunk.
Gosh, it has shrunk.
It has shrunk, hasn't it?
Yeah. Right, I'm off to find some timber.
Right. Wow, the garden does look much smaller, but hey-ho. Now, here we're going to have the Swedish birch, which is going to add a bit of height to the garden, which will be lovely dappled shade. And this is the sort of secondary seating area here. We've got the water feature's going to go here. The landscapers have been really busy getting the granite sets in around it. Ben's smiling, well, or crying, one of the two. Now, this is going to be the sort of intimate seating area surrounded with screens. Screens are already in their frames, which is great, but I am slightly concerned. Originally, I had 4 screens around here, but I think that might be a bit too much. So we might have a bit of a rejig there.
Yeah.
Does that make you happier, Ben?
Yeah, definitely.
And then, so the patio area is this going to be lovely brick in a basket weave fashion. And then we've got this sweeping lawn that curves round here. Stepping stone pathway to the back gate, and then we've got fire bowl area just here to match with the water feature, and then we've got this fantastic, quite modern, slick paving, which will look gorgeous.
After unpacking the plants, Lee's next job is to come up with a plan for Janice's log store.
So Charlie's got hands full in the garden, and I've stolen a moment to come away and come up with the design for the log store. And I don't just want any log store, I want it to have some nice design features. So Charlie's asked for it to be rectangular, so I'm going to draw that up now. And I reckon it needs to be about 1 metre wide so that you can fit plenty of logs in for that fire pit. And probably about 45 centimetres high, because that's a nice height for a table. So there'll be a tabletop on there, we're going to store the logs inside. And then, Charlie mentioned those botanicals, so I'd like to get those in here. I can put on 2 small wooden planters here, plant them up, so when Janice is sat there picking her wood for the fire, she can also pick some botanicals to put in a drink, or some medicinal herbs that will just feel really soothing and relaxing.
In the garden, Charlie's got to decide whether the 4 privacy screens will all fit around the seating area.
Right then, Ben.
Yes.
Let's sort these screens out.
Okay.
So, can we sort of just get them in position?
Yep.
And I want enough gaps so I can get some plants in front. So those screens there will block the view of the houses over there. Then another screen there because we don't like the brick wall. But what I don't want to do is block that bit there because this will get all the evening sunshine. And I'm loving the shadows. It's gorgeous. That means we've got one more screen. Now, do I use that on the gate there, or do I put a screen across? Have you got that?
I've got this.
Across there.
I feel in the gate.
Spray it out, Ben.
Decision made. The 4th screen will be used as a gate to shield Janice's bins by the house, where Andy is busy cutting an arc into the patio, ready for a swirl of stones where the fire pit will sit. Outside the garden, Lee's teamed up with Carpenter Lee to make the final screen into the gate.
Lee's kindly knocked together this frame for the gate, and we're going to be putting on this screen, aren't we, Lee?
Yeah, yeah.
So this is really lightweight, isn't it?
Yeah, really lightweight.
We're going to put this on top, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then we're going to see if it fits. It's a little bit big, so do you think we cut this down before or after we've put it on?
We'll fast it on first, I think. I'll trim it down after. I think there's less chance of it shattering.
Yeah, it's going to look amazing. And I think what's really nice about this piece is that Charlie's linking the gate to the rest of the garden. It means that when Janice looks out, she's going to get the same design reference points, so it's really clever.
Next, Lee sandwiches the screen between the two frames and attaches it before carefully removing the excess. Whilst the screens are cemented carefully into place around the seating area, Charlie's onto her favourite subject. No, not cats, water features.
So this is the pot I've chosen for the water feature, quite modern, and it will be great because of this sort of rib side. When the water goes over, you should see some more movement on it.
Happy with the water features top section, it's time for Charlie to check out the bottom half, buried in the garden.
So that's the reservoir. Now I've gone for a very robust, strong reservoir, and it's got this really strong top because that pot, when it's full of water, will be quite heavy. Right, and then that just pops on here, and it's a very snug fit. That's not going anywhere.
I think you'd call that a perfect fit, Charlie.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would.
Oh, gates coming in, gates coming in. That looks good. Now, I'm really pleased that we had that extra screen because having that screen up there, it sort of pulls the design, keeps that theme running through. Oh, I love it, love it. You look beautiful behind that.
Yeah, but since heard before, Charlie.
Today, Lee's not just making a log store, he's also got another important job to address for the boss.
So Charlie has let me loose on the fire pit part of her design. She wants this beautiful swirl in the base of the fire pit. And to achieve that, we're going to be using two materials. The first are these gorgeous, smooth Scottish cobbles. And the second is some black slate. So before I start laying these beautiful cobbles, I'm going to put the fire pit in place to make sure that the pattern isn't lost underneath it. So I think what I'll do is I'll start here, start skinny, and then swirl around and get deeper and deeper until about here. I think that should look quite nice.
The Scottish cobblestones cost the budget around £30.
So that's the final cobble in.
Next, Lee finishes the design with black slate.
So it's going to be a little bit like fire and ice.
And the black slate chippings cost around £100.
Right, let's get the fire pit on. Okay, I think that looks pretty smart. Right, time to go and build the log store.
Out front, Charlie's excited by her next task, which is to create the brick basket weave pattern for the seating area.
Now, these are really reclaimed old bricks. And I chose these, one, because of the soft colour, but also to contrast to these bricks on the new build. So they're all a bit sort of nibbled and sort of pockmarked, but I quite like that. And with the sets going around the outside, that just sort of confirms the space, if you know what I mean. So I better hurry up because Andy Land is waiting for me. He's going to give me a lesson on how to lay the bricks.
But before that, Andy's been busy using the recycled sand to create the perfect base for the reclaimed bricks.
Right then, Andy.
Hello, Charlie.
Some bricks.
Bricks?
Yeah. So I've done basket weave because I thought it'd be nice and straightforward and easy.
It's probably one of the easier ones to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fine. We're about ready.
Right.
Are you laying or am I?
So where'd you start off? Because it's a circular one.
Well, I've roughly got the middle.
Yeah.
We're going to go with a line right through the middle and just work away.
Right, so if you start off the first one, I can probably carry on
So if
from
I do
there.
all the hard work, you can take the glory. Righto. Thank you. So what am I doing?
I thought you said you were going to start in the middle.
Well,
That's not middle, that's the
No,
H.
we're going through the middle.
Oh, you didn't explain that. I would have
well.
stayed in the middle.
Ah, well, that's why you're passing them, Charlie, and I'm laying them.
Can you not reach?
The newly formed bricklaying dream team work in unison, and the basket weave design begins to take shape.
Like reclaimed bricks like this, how much?
They're around £1 each.
Oh, they're not cheap then.
No.
And they're difficult to work with. Bit like me.
Like you, Charlie.
Whilst the bricklaying continues, out front, the 2 Lees have moved on to the log store.
Right, so basically, everything's all cut to size.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 back pieces. The sides go on, they fit flush onto there. That'll screw up to that.
So it's just a case of screwing it all together, really, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's like rustic flat pack. Really?
Right, I think I can be trusted to crack on, so I'll let you go and have a cup of tea.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
So,
Lee assembles the box using self-tapping screws and then adds caster wheels to the bottom to make it portable.
it's all right.
All ready for other Lee, who's finished his brew.
Hey, Winnie, mate.
Now, time to add a bit of glamour. We're going to put in this cross brace. It's just going to take it from a box on wheels to something magnificent. Look at that. Fits like a glove.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that. Very nice.
It's not just Lee relishing his project. Back in the garden, Charlie's decided to take over the basket weave bricklaying from Andy, but it's fiddly work.
Oh, another cut there. There are quite a lot of cuts. The last bit, yay!
Oh, that's perfect.
Well done. You did not much. I did it all. Not true. He did it all, the hard stuff.
Well, one of us is sweating.
Now, sweep it off.
Once cleaned up, the next job is to fill the gaps with sand to bind it all together.
This is the fun bit. Lee can make this last a long time, can't he?
Lee's actually been known to wear brushes out every day. He does that much brushing.
Right, that's that. Next, plants.
Out the front, Lee's bench-cum-log store is almost ready for planting too.
So I wanted to elevate this log store so that we can have some medicinal botanical herbs planted in each side. And what me and Lee have done is to take the diagonal from this crossbeam and then replicate it in these 2 side planters.
With the grow boxes built and the sharp edges addressed, it just needs some logs. And it's ready for a test drive.
Off we go!
But there's no time for that.
I think we need a wheelbarrow for that one. Oh, a roof.
First up, it's something rather tall.
Where's this go, Charlie?
It's going here. I love it, Swedish birch. So it's like a birch tree, like that one there, but the leaves are sort of toothed. And that means that they pick up the wind very easily, and so they always seem to be moving, which is lovely, quite sort of relaxing to watch. And then come the autumn, the leaves go a buttercup yellow. And because the leaves are so divided, when they drop, you don't really need to rake them up because they just sort of disappear and they mulch down and feed the soil.
This feature tree cost £220, and Charlie chose it for a specific reason.
The idea about this birch was Janice is really keen to get lots of birds into the garden. So I'm thinking the tree here, birds will come, hop onto it. She could put some bird feeders here, but it'll be right next to the water feature that's just gently bubbling, so they can come and have a drink and they'll feel safe because they know they can get straight back to the tree as well. So that's that one.
That's
Right there, yeah?
Yeah, you got more balance.
With the birch planted, Lee's now got his hands on a traditional perennial to help disguise Janice's large brick wall.
So part of the issue in this garden is the amount of wall space. And Charlie's been really clever in disguising it by using key plants, and this is one of them. This is a rambling rose, known as rambling rector, and it's got these gorgeous white flowers. Now, the beauty of a rambling rose, compared to a climbing rose, is that you get a mass of flowers all at once, and it will quite happily scramble and adhere itself to this wall because it's got all of these tiny thorns on it. This is going to be really voracious and take over this wall, but it's a hungry plant, so it will need feeding. It's a great choice to bring this wall to life in the middle of summer with all these beautiful white flowers.
Unlike the rambling rose, Charlie's next plant is not only unusual, but it's spiked Andy's interest.
Oh no, I can't say that.
This Andy, Vitex agnus castus. So it's also known as chastity tree. So it's gorgeous. I love the leaves. They're quite aromatic.
I can smell it.
It's quite heady.
Eucalyptus.
Yeah. And it comes out with these sort of panicles or spikes of pinky purple flowers. A bit like a buddleia, but more elegant,
Yeah.
quite upright. And in sort of ancient times, well, it's called monk's pepper because they used to put the seeds that look like peppercorns, they used to eat them to drop their libido.
Really?
Yeah, this is a girl's best plum.
Saying nothing.
And then I want to use it because it's also used medicinally a lot for PMS,
Right.
anxiety. So I just thought, you know, Janice being
You thought of me?
No, Janice being a doctor, I thought she would be quite interested.
This medicinal plant is from the Mediterranean, so it needs planting in a sunny, sheltered spot. Out front, it's time for Lee to finish his portable log store with some practical green additions.
Because Janice is a GP, I want to use medicinal plants. Now, this here is a tanacetum, part of the daisy family, also known as feverfew, and it's been used in the past to remove things like headaches, migraines, arthritis, and it's a well-known herb. So I'm going to pop that in there, and then if Janice has a really stressful day in work and happens to have a slight headache, she might pick a few of those leaves and help alleviate all that strain.
It's important to always do your research when using plants for medicinal purposes. Back in the garden, Charlie's ready to assemble her water feature.
Right, next step, to install the pot. So that's the hose, going to go down through there. There we go. So it's going to be like that. It's going to go in there. So the water come up, slowly fill it up, and then it should go up over the top. Hopefully, but I'm going to fill the pot up with water with the hose to start with.
With the pot left to fill, elsewhere in the garden, the team are working hard on the planting. And Lee's got another unusual specimen for GP Janice.
Now this is one of my all-time favourite herbaceous perennials. It's an achillea, also known as yarrow. It's also known as the carpenter's herb because it's got healing properties if you cut yourself. So you'd often find that carpenters would have this growing near their sheds and workshops so that if they nicked themselves, you can crush the leaves, rub it on the wound, and then it will cause the blood to set. So it's really useful. But also it has these amazing umbellifer flowers, which are basically like a massive buffet of pollen for insects and bees. It's really low fuss. This one's going to be a bright yellow colour. So I think Charlie's picked a winner to add a bit of brightness to certain parts of the garden.
Time's running out, so it's all hands on deck. The new turf that cost almost £100 is put down for the sweeping lawn. Next, more Candler grey flags are laid for the path. And Charlie has now installed the pump that cost around £50 into the water feature.
I'm using a mains-powered pump for the water feature because Janice has got power just there in her garage, so it's straightforward and easy. You could always use a solar-powered one because this is a nice sunny spot, but let's see if it works. Okay, just turn the pump on. Oh! Just gently run over and it should look all ripply.
Blooming heck, Charlie, that's a bit noisy, isn't it?
Tranquil. I can just see Janice sat here going, the end of the day, birds coming down, and a little drink. Darn.
Finally, the water feature is decorated with some more Scottish cobbles. The fire bowl is lit. Now, Charlie and Lee just need to cross the finish line.
I'm swerving. Well, that's fun. I can see Janice having a great time on that. Actually, I mean, she doesn't really need the paddy. Look, I'll move you close
She
to the
can move around, she
fire.
can warm her hands in the evening, or peruse the herbaceous.
Loving it. It's good fun.
Well, Charlie, I think you've done it. Look at this place. I mean, it looks huge because it's only a small garden, but you've managed to hide that wall, and there's so much
You
depth
can't
to
see
it.
that patio, can you?
No, it's a real beauty.
And I can see Janice out here, maybe when Emily and Harry popped round, sat there in the evening sunshine.
And I think what you've done beautifully is you've got two different areas, so you could sit here, maybe dine, or you could sort of bury yourself away over there and have a little glass of wine and relax.
Yes. So,
Ready to get up?
Harry surprised Janice, so now it's our turn to surprise Emily, Harry and Janice, hopefully.
I love a good surprise.
Where should we put this? Against, does it go the other way?
It does.
Oh, look at that!
It glides.
Smooth, smooth.
When the team arrived, this empty, bland, overlooked new build garden did nothing for Janice, Emily and Harry. But after working with a £3,500 budget, it's been transformed into a tranquil, relaxing space. Pattern screens surrounding an elegant reclaimed brick seating area. A Swedish birch will encourage birds to the garden to drink from the soothing cobble-surrounded water feature. A meandering path leads from the house to the end of the garden, which has an abundance of perennials and medicinal plants throughout. But what will Janice, Emily and Harry make of their new space?
Janice, you got a lovely surprise from Harry.
They look a bit nervous.
And I'm hoping that we're going to give all a surprise with the new garden. Do you want to open your eyes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe it.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's like a totally different
I
garden.
know, can't believe it. I love it.
Oh,
I love
it's so
it. It's just amazing.
Oh, that's brilliant, that is.
Yeah.
That's my favourite.
They wanted
That's my
the fire
favourite.
pit. Carrie will be out here putting the
will.
logs on.
Yeah.
It's like a
This is
little
lovely as well.
oasis, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, hopefully.
Charlie's really hit the nail on the head with this one.
That was the lovely Lee made your...
Thank you, Lee.
I reckon they'll be sat on that later on with a few drinks.
And then I know the screens, I had 4 there, but it all got a bit too much because the garden's actually quite small, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tiny.
So we use the other screen there to screen your bins.
Oh, that's lovely.
And the shadows on the paving are amazing, absolutely
the sun
amazing.
comes up there and it'll just,
Yeah.
it'll be
And then you got
lovely.
your path
Yeah.
that leads up.
Yeah, shall we walk up? Yeah.
So we got
Cobbles.
easy plants, look after themselves.
Wonderful.
I know, Janice, you're really keen to get the birds in.
Yes, I am
So
keen to
keen.
get.
So Swedish birch, beautiful because it's got those very cut leaves, which means it moves with the
Lovely and
lightest
delicate.
of breezes.
Yeah, look at.
So pretty.
Yeah.
And then this is your sunshine
Yeah.
patio that's hidden away from everyone. Go
Yeah.
check it out.
I hadn't spotted the water feature when we stood over there and couldn't see it.
And it's interesting that they couldn't see it near the house, and it shows just how well Charlie's laid out the garden. It's a real surprise for them.
You like the sound?
It's just so relaxing when you just stood here and you can hear that. You kind of forget about all the houses all around. It's just
Lovely.
so calm.
But also the birds will love it because they'll come to the edge and drink. And with the tree here, they'll feel quite
They can
safe.
hop back in
Hop
again
back,
because we've got
hop
quite
back.
a lot of cats on.
We've seen quite a lot of cats today. They've been very intrigued.
I think my favourite thing is here feels so separate than over
Yeah,
there.
you've got a set. Even though the garden is really tiny, you still
It made
feel
it feel
you've-
so much
much
bigger.
bigger.
Charlie's done such an incredible job of making a small space feel really big.
I've used quite a lot of plants that have medicinal use.
Interesting.
Really?
So in the log area, we've got feverfew for headaches, yeah. And then this one here is Vitex. It's also known as monk's pepper because it reduces the libido of gentlemen.
Right.
Good, thanks.
And then we've also got some Achilleas, which are medicinal. So there's lots of medicinal plants in the garden.
That is very good.
Yeah.
That is. I've just qualified as well, so. Exactly. So thanks.
Well, I hope you enjoy relaxing.
For
Janice.
sure, most
You know,
definitely.
you GPs do a stunning job, and I know
Thank
for the
you.
last year or two you've been very, very busy.
Yeah, and we still are.
And you still are. So hopefully you can come home of an evening and just
forget it.
relax.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's wonderful.
I hope it was a good surprise.
No, don't cry. You'll make me go.
Yeah, we're all blubbering now.
Oh, don't.
It's absolutely fantastic. It's
perfect, isn't it?
Yeah. Over and above
Yeah.
our expectations. It's just,
Couldn't have thought it would have been this nice.
unbelievable.
Honestly, yeah.
yeah, I think the boy did well.